It's 20 laps of seeing how much you're willing to risk. This is Monster Energy Supercross.
Here we go. Final points race for the championship on the line. Into the first corner. Who will get the whole shot? Looked like Vogel might have an opportunity on the inside, but it ends up going to Smith on the 126.
And the rider I'm wanting to see what he can do on this style of tracks. And number 6 there on that blue Yamaha just starting to creep into your screen behind Hampshire. Even though Martin did not get a very good start here in this main event, he excels when the track deteriorates. He is exceptional.
And Ricky, just like you and your family, Martin comes from a real moto family. They even own a motocross track.
Yeah, they do. Racing is in their blood, and they've been in the sport forever.
There he comes. Look at him through that whoop section. Ricky coming right after the 77 is Starling. Starling in that red riding jersey. Here comes Martin. Ooh.
Wow, coming up a little bit short there on the landing. That tabletop. Got to be careful.
First turn is a 180-degree turn.
Yeah,
the riders are hard on the throttle.
Yeah, riding pretty aggressive here. This has been his Achilles heel all year long. Is he'll get a good start once in a while, and he just doesn't ride aggressive enough these first couple laps here, and allows these front runners to get away. And you lose so much track position. So you go to the outside there. Nice pass there. Just got past. Or no, I'm sorry.
Here comes Martin. Trying to power around the outside on the 80 of Hampshire.
Nice pass. Nice executed pass by Rensland there. And that's a perfect pass. He comes in nice on the inside, makes no contact, gets around him for position.
Through the gearbox, hard on the throttle, then slam on the brakes into the first turn.
Into the outside right there.
Yeah, Cycle Trader Yamaha team here. These guys are teammates of Rensland. He's a rookie. He has a lot of speed, and he's gained some experience here. But I really look for the emotion of tonight to really give him that extra boost, okay? Riding in front of his own car.
Right into the top blocks, Jeff. Did you see that? Got kicked up into the path of the riders behind these guys. So that's really going to mess things up for Oldenburg, Zimmer, Vonlinger. They were all coming behind. He's lucky he got back to second place.
That was Desiderio that caught that first top block and pulled it out.
Now, as they come onto this front straightaway, there's a big bump right here in the middle. It really upsets the bike as you set up for that next corner.
Yeah, that's right, and it upsets the balance of the bike. So when you hit the bump, the front end of the back end of the bike wants to actually kick up a little bit. It kind of puts a lot of pressure on the front end, which can be a little bit tricky at times when you're trying to stop. But man, just really impressed with this track tonight. And see Jeremy there, the dirt's a little bit loose, which means you don't get maximum grip there. You slip out a little bit.
Jenny, how about the 6? Martin's looking pretty good. He's in the top 5 now.
And that's exactly what he wanted to do today, Ralph. Jeremy told me that this year has had its ups and downs. Of course, not making the main in Indianapolis was really hard for him, but overall, he told me, I'm still really pleased with the way
That time the top block's almost been another one, and one rider went through. Well, you saw Peters with a big mistake, and Jeff, that opened the door for Martin. He's now up to 4th.
Yeah, Martin on the move. Now we're getting into some lap riders coming up. These are the riders that are now going 1 lap down. The AMA officials will put out a blue flag. That represents to the lap riders. That tells them that the leaders are coming around. Hold your line. Don't do anything crazy.
This track is really, really good right now. The Supercross track crew, have done a fantastic job of prepping this track for race day now. And you can see, take about a couple laps, and you will see some really fast lap times coming up here.
Taking a look, he's got a 54.2 second is his best lap time. So the fastest lap of the day so far for a 250 rider.
Hi, Jenny.
Hey, Ralph. Well, Supercross riders, they wear different numbers for different reasons. But for Luke Rensland, he wears the number 343 for a very special reason, to honor the 343 lives that were lost from the 9/11 tragedies from the New York City Fire Department. I talked to Luke today about how he decided to wear this number. He told me he grew up in Hewitt, New Jersey, only about an hour away from here, and he, like so many of us,
scenes. As we said, a gorgeous day for racing here. Temperatures in the high 50s. Very light wind inside the stadium here.
Oh, look up the inside of that turn on the blue bike there, going up on the inside. Awesome pass to the lead, just like that.
Yeah, and Martin here, number 6 on the Yamaha. He was a title favorite earlier in this season. He made some mistakes that really cost him big time in this championship. But he did win a thrilling race in Atlanta where he basically came through the path on one of the most competitive races of the season and won that race. So he has the potential to win here tonight. Try to get on the box, as they say. Been just getting back with that family atmosphere. His older brother, Alex Martin, was 6th in our West Coast Championship where we finished up last week. But the two brothers will meet next week in Las Vegas when we have the 250 East-West Shootout.
Here he comes, holding on to the lead. And they're talking about that first corner. Alex and Muscat, remember, those are the two that got together. And Marvin saying, hey man, next time, gotta be a little bit easier on that brakes.
So those two guys, I don't see that happening.
We want to fire up social media. We would like you to join us here through social media. Get up on Twitter, use that hashtag SXOnFox, send us some comments, pictures, maybe some questions, whatever you have going on out there. We know a lot of folks get together, throw big parties as they watch Monster Energy Supercross and the Fox Family Networks over the course of the season. As we make this historical debut on Broadcast Network today, show us maybe what you're doing, how you're watching the racing action today. Looking forward to see it. Hashtag SXOnFox.
Last time around was his fastest lap so far, 54.4.
There you go.
We'll watch and see. Oh, he goes slow right
He
there.
almost lost the front end right there.
See that rut right there, that dark line across that corner? That's where, from the bikes constantly going through that turn in the same line, it starts to dig in. This is when the track is really going to get torn up, and it will be much more difficult than earlier on.
Well, that's right. You'll see the lap times start to go down a little bit, or go up rather. The lap times will get a little bit slower because they can't go as fast. And what makes it tough about these ruts, like Jeff was explaining, sometimes the side knobbies on your tires will grab you, okay, and kind of pull you from one direction to another, which can cause a few mistakes.
Great, and there's a good look at that roller that Jeff was talking about, really kicking up that rear wheel.
Well, and as the day goes on and the riders are on the brakes, the dirt actually shifts and it moves. So that little roller becomes more of a kicker where it pops the back of the bike up.
Halfway through this final points race of the year, they will race one more time in an all-star event next week in Las Vegas, the East-West Showdown.
Track really getting chewed up. Look at how many blind choices there is. Savachi hanging on, making a couple little mistakes. That's going to allow Martin to close it.
He rolled the front wheel all the way into the corner, and eventually the front wheel gave up.
I got to see another look at that. Did you?
Here it is.
How fast. Well, this is going to be in slow-mo, the SX mode. Watch, he gets over the front of the bike. And watch as he grabs the front brake right here. Watch it. Oh, he grabbed the front brake, and the tire wasn't touching the dirt yet.
Yeah, he was going for it.
Savachi and Martin going at it.
Well, in the last two races, Joey Savachi has been third. He's been on that podium.
And Savachi on the inside, a heat winner, won heat number 2, and he's trying to get himself up on the podium here in the main event. He's got third.
Tries to block that inside, anticipating the setup by Jeremy Martin, but he gets him right here.
Comes back into contact, and off the track goes Martin. Savachi has been third the last 2 races, trying to keep that streak going. You saw when Martin got back on the track, Jeff. The rule is, if you get knocked off, you got to find a safe place as quick as you can to re-enter the racetrack.
It's, I mean, we're getting down to it. This is the final round. Savachi doesn't have the speed of Martin, but boy, he has the aggression, and he's doing everything he can to stay in front of Martin.
He might not have the speed, but he's got sharper elbows, doesn't he? Ricky, some people might be wondering if that's a fair move. Your call.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little aggressive for sure. I mean, at that point, you know, there was, you know, Jeremy came in, got on the brakes to try to block, and Joey Savacci anticipated that, snuck up underneath him, and then pushed him to the outside and forced Jeremy off the track. So
look at this. Here comes Martin up the inside of Savacci, the blue Yamaha rider, trying to get past the green Kawasaki. Boy, Savacci really flew that Cali.
he sure did. Launching into the corner here. Up.
And Savacci with a big handful of throttle hangs on.
That was brave because Savacci, that was close. That if he had, if Martin had some money on the line here, that Martin's going after.
Not only that, but they're third and fourth in the points. Savacci hanging on.
Can set sight. See, what's a bummer for Joey Savacci there is he's lost so much time to the guys that he wants to be running with up front. So he's got some work to do.
Take a look at this, Jeff.
Keep an eye on the KTM rider right there.
KTM, the motorcycle brand out of Austria. They have worked so hard, this organization, both overseas and here in the U.S. Here in the U.S., led by, they literally call him the man, Roger DeCoster, a 5-time world champion. They have put quite an organization and quite a bike together, and he's made the most of it.
He had some problems in qualifying earlier today. Hit the mat pretty hard, got back up, and it's good to see him fired up here for tonight. He still has a shot at this 250 East Championship, but a lot of things have to go right for him.
Well, so did Smith, Ricky. He had a big crash as well.
Yeah, he sure did. We saw the aftermath of it, and he was pretty shaken up.
If you're new to the sport, those top blocks are big foam blocks that are there not just to line the path of the track, but to make it easier and softer for the riders if they do come off and they happen to land on them.
Yeah, that's right. And I've done my fair share of landing on tough blocks. There's no doubt about it. And they are nice to have. Look at that. You can see the whoops section right there. Starting to slow down a little bit. They're getting rutted. Have a lot of grooves in them. The back ends are starting to stick. They're not accelerating from each one to the other, which makes it tough.
Yeah, and when the track conditions are like this, the track is constantly changing, so the riders have to rely on their instincts. Thousands and thousands of hours and laps and years of preparation, but it makes even the best riders make mistakes.
Final points race of the year for the 250 East Championship.
Yep, then the 824.
Watch this knack here.
Check this out.
By the champ.
That is awesome. You can see Marvin Musquin. He's riding really close to the edge of the track by the tough blocks, and the reason he's doing that is because the track, look at that awesome square up around that corner. Squared Dakota's up.
Yep.
Gets the inside, but the reason Marvin is running the side of the track, because that's where the track is really, really good. It's already starting to deteriorate in the middle, getting really ruddy with a lot of grooves, so he's trying to find the smoothest route around the track.
And it looks like he's done that. His getting on down is on that green Kawasaki that he just went around.
He can't control really what his competitor does, but he can control what he does, and he's executing it perfectly.
And look at this. Here comes Marvin Musquin. He's rallying for one more charge for the win with 5 to go.
Both these riders hugging the inside, full power.
Yeah, you can see neither of them want to give up the inside.
Here comes Martin. Look at, thought he had some
Makes a
momentum.
mistake there.
Track's getting rutted. It's getting more difficult to complete those rhythm sections in the fastest sequence. This is the 250 main. We have 20 laps of the 450 main still yet to go, so this track will be treacherous when we get to that point.
Will we see a little redemption from Jeremy Martin here?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm trying to wonder what's going to happen. Kind of looking forward to seeing this.
Into that whoop section.
These whoops get really tough.
Musquin looking, Ricky, like he wants to put an exclamation point on this championship. Not just winning it, but winning the final race, too.
Well, I'm sure he does. He wants to go out a champion with a win, for sure.
Well, it's a good point, but he's really pressing it. And the thing that I'm watching is just how close Marvin Musquin is riding towards the edge of the track. Remember, these tough blocks, they have played a role in the outcome of races here today. Watch what Musquin does through the whoops. He's on the rider's far left. If he gets kicked sideways, catches a tough block, it could be disastrous for the championship.
See the shadows starting to play a little part here. little shaded.
There's
the
the
sun
man.
going on the other side of MetLife Stadium.
He's got 3 laps to close in to plot his attack.
Well, and remember, for these riders, most of the time in their contracts, there's bonuses for first, second, and third to make the podium. Normally, there's not much cash for them if they get fourth.
Marvin Musquin is on the verge of becoming the oldest 250 East champion of Supercross. I am really feeling it. My neck is extremely sore. My back is hurting.
They're going to have 2 to go, and this is going to be a great finish to the 250 East Championship for 2016. Here he comes, looking through the outside, and the crowd here at MetLife Stadium starts to come up off their chairs. You can see this side of the racetrack completely in the shadow, sunlight still on the far end of the field.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what Marvin's play is here, Jeff. You know, he's in the championship position. He doesn't need to force the win here. Do you hang back and let it come to you, or do you force a pass for the win when you really don't have to? Look at this. Nice.
Crowd loved it too, didn't it?
Oh, it was awesome.
Right into the lead. The KTM's got plenty of power as well. Over the ski jump and into the roar of the approval of the crowd here. And we've got a battle on our hands here tonight for the final checkered flag.
Here comes a move.
Martin, here he comes. Oh, man.
Wow.
Anything can happen in Supercross. There's never any, there's always uncertainty.
Here's the battle for the lead between the 2 title combatants. But the French rider Musquin really starting to apply the pressure. Trying to cut inside. And Musquin's got the lead. The crowd roaring its approval here in MetLife Stadium. Here they come. Battling for the lead on this final lap. 70 feet over the big triple jump. Here he is, the 2016 or 2015 Monster Energy AMA Supercross East Champion Marvin Musquin, and Frankie Latham, his mechanic, is just overjoyed. Finally, it's done.
How about that? KTM grabs another title in the 250 East Championship.
I'm wondering how my co-owner, business partner there is drinking beer, having a good time, and I'm in here working.
And spending your money getting a suite. I like that. While you're up here working.
It's all good, man.
Well, it was a great day here